electrical, and chemical. Design patents apply to new and original ornamental design for an article manufacturer. That means something kind of like a logo. And here's where most of these Apple patents come in. They're basically saying if you have something that's like rectile, a oblong square kind of device, that they've got all kinds of stuff. They've been doing this back since the Macintosh. There's nothing new, but if it looked exactly like a Macintosh computer, that would be one thing. If it was 4 by 8 or 8 by 10, it looked like a piece of paper, can you really patent something that is the same dimensions of a, what can you say? It is of a legal patent. Well, according to Apple, you could. That's why I think they're full of it. Patents are granted to any person who has invented or discovered and asexually reproduced any distinct or new variety of plant. This is basically Monsanto. We're actually just getting into the knee-deep part of these Monsanto patents with them actually getting together and going after it. Weirdly enough, the patent law does not apply to anything that grows under the ground. If it's a tuber-propagated plant, like a potato or a beet or anything, you can't patent it. For the life of me, I can't figure out why you could patent wheat, you could patent corn, but you can't patent a potato. I'm sure that it had something to do with someone paying somebody off, or someone that didn't like Idaho or their potatoes or something, but always kind of a little weird in that. You must, to receive a patent, your invention must meet at least the following 3 criteria: usefulness, novelty, and non-obvious. This is where almost every one of these patents in Apple are bogus. Some of the ones that they've bought that they haven't had basically fall into these levels of stuff. But it is, I don't know. I just looked through this stuff over the weekend and was kind of, felt almost sick for the way the things that Apple's trying on here. There are a lot of useful patents out here. Most of them are technical patents, but this is not what Apple's pushing. They're pushing the idea that you can, basically a mouse mat, its dimensions could be patented, and I just don't believe it. Anyway, we'll be back in just a minute.
Kate Stalter's exciting newsletter, Low Priced Leaders, has just launched, and now is a great time to get a 2-week free trial. Every Wednesday afternoon, Kate sends out her weekly newsletter to her subscribers where she focuses on small cap stocks with market caps under $2 billion, as well as low-priced equities with share prices ranging from $5 to $12. Kate tracks a variety of stocks with a combination of strong technical support and solid fundamentals. Many of the stocks featured will be recent IPOs. These newer issues are often some of the biggest price gainers in the market and provide an excellent opportunity for substantial gains if timed correctly. You can catch Kate Stalter live on Tiger TV with her small cap roundup every Tuesday and Thursday at 11 a.m. Eastern Time, and visit TFNN.com right now to get your 2-week free trial to her brand new newsletter, Low Priced Leaders, while locking in the low introductory monthly rate of only $37.50 per month, almost a 50% discount. Act now.
With the launch of Tiger TV, TFNN has brought our programming to the next level. With Tiger TV, you can gain access to each host's charts and computer screens as they host their daily stock program. Whether it's Tom O'Brien, Steve Rhodes, Basil Chapman, Ken Shreve, Kate Stalter, David White, Larry Pesavento, Victor Jones, or Terrell Martin, you can catch all of our technicians hosting their programs live and archived on Tiger TV for your viewing pleasure 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. If you haven't checked out Tiger TV, then visit TFNN.com and see what you're missing.
You take a hands-on approach to managing your investment strategy. You're always looking for the next trading opportunity to magnify your perspective. Direction Shares connects sophisticated traders with a powerful array of ETFs from a wide range of asset classes. The markets may go up and down, and you want tools for both sides of the trade. Discover how we can help at DirectionShares.com today. An investor should consider the investment objectives, risks, charges, and expenses of the Direction Shares carefully before investing. The prospectus and summary prospectus contain contain this and other information about Direction Shares. To obtain a prospectus or summary prospectus, please contact Direction Shares at 800-851-0511. The prospectus or summary prospectus should be read carefully before investing. An investment in the funds is subject to risk, including the possible loss of principal. The funds are designed to be utilized only by sophisticated investors such as traders and active investors employing dynamic strategies. Investors in the fund should understand the consequences of seeking daily investment results, understand the risk of shorting, and intend to actively monitor and manage their investments. Distributor Foreside Fund Services, LLC.
Many of our new listeners have heard about the Tiger's Den, but wondered, what exactly is it? The Tiger's Den is a lively community where professional traders and investors can meet, exchange ideas and information in a comfortable, moderated atmosphere. Hear all of your favorite TFNN shows, plus see all the charts as they happen, live during those shows, and have access to all those charts. You can test drive the Tiger's Den, absolutely free, for 30 days. It will greatly enrich your knowledge of these markets. Details on the Tiger's Den are on the front page of TFNN.com.
Millionaires are made every day. The fact is, living your dreams is possible. Someone, somewhere is going to get rich. My recommendation is, let that be you. Each day, someone is making the decision to better themselves and creating a plan to fulfill their financial dreams. Let that be you. The key to turning dreams into reality is to take massive action. Let that be you. I'm Steve Rhodes, co-host of the Money Master Show with Tom O'Brien, seen daily at TFNN, and I can help you with your journey to great wealth. I'll show you how to create the ultimate financial edge, a set of tools, insights, and strategies that are part of my daily newsletter service, Mastering Probability. You'll have direct access to me by phone, email, and my private library of trading and investing secrets for 30 days with an unconditional money-back guarantee. I'll take your trading to the next level. Click on my name, Steve Rhodes, on the homepage at TFNN.com and turn your dreams into reality. Mastering Probability, folks. Let that be you.
This segment is brought to you by Goldfields. For more information, just click the Goldfields banner on the front page of TFNN.com.
As we come back, got a nice chart up here if you were watching Tiger TV. Hopefully you are. You can always catch that on Channel 14 where it's archived. Of course, you can always check us out at tfnn.mobi, or you can check us out at tfnn.com and listen to us live, or even watch the video and see all the charts and my nice slides here that hopefully we are showing occasionally. Unfortunately, one of the things we don't have in this thing, I want it, is a monitor so I can actually see what's going out live, but for some reason we've not been able to get that done. Anyway, we will actually see this, but I got a nice slide here. Pretty much everybody's been talking about, and I've watched gas go up from about $3.10 a gallon to $3.54 here today as I drove in, and I'm thinking, you know, it's got to be kind of interesting in that crude production around the world continues to go up, and every time they rattle the swords in Iran, the price goes back up. Kind of interesting that Iran doesn't really have the capability to influence the price of oil anymore, but they think they do, or at least the market continues to think they do. They would literally have to attack a pipeline out in a foreign country to actually do it now, and it's kind of worrying that they can do it. I suspect why most people are blaming Iran, it may be just a general Mideast conflagration that everybody's worried about. There are two major things, I guess. One is that Syria is going to be very interesting in its downfall. I guess the best way I can say this is we've seen reports that Russians are sending Marines to help get the leaders of the country out. One of the things that's so interesting about this is almost the opposite side of Iran coming to power right after 78, 79, and that the Russians have been propping up the Syrians. So the thought is, once Syria falls apart, and it looks like it is, if it's not going to be a total uprising, then at least the the country is going to split into at least a few parts. But it looks like a lot of these countries were actually going to look fairly good. They're going to have the option between China and Russia, who did nothing but support its oppressors. Maybe it's we always had our Vietnam, then they had their Afghanistan. Maybe the Russians are just 10 or 15 or 20 years behind us on most of the mistakes that we've made in the past. But kind of interesting. This seems kind of weird that as production's going up, we still have the price of gasoline going up. Asset performance through July. And since the beginning of this year, Brent crude is the best performer. CRB index is the second best performer. Soft commodities was third. JP, the Japan Emerging Debt Market, was fourth. We get into a lot of them, but surprisingly, a lot of them are a lot smaller. The dollar index, 1.4. Things that we think have been traditionally very volatile are on the asset performance, still on the plus side, but still kind of funny that they are, as far as a percentage basis, much down the pike. The worst, and this isn't updated for today, is the Spanish equities. Italian 10-year government bonds was second to the worst. Spanish 10-year government bonds was third to the worst. Dollar euro was fourth. Copper. Claude's copper cloppers. Always love that bit. Down there on the brown list of this. But we can see a lot of what's actually working, at least this year, and it's been crude, huh? Kickstarter.com, I'm trying to get some of these guys on. They have a website that is what is called a crowd funding system. Kind of interesting. Right now, you can bid to be one of the backers of a particular product that's put up there, and if they don't reach the pledge amount, then none of the money is charged to your credit card. So you can start with a lot of these. You can put as minimum as $1 into one of these startups. Some of them are movies, some of them are products. Kind of interesting. Anyway, I'm trying to get these guys on to find out a little bit more. But you can way overbook what you can go into, so it almost becomes a problem. Can you sell 1,000% of something? And we'll talk a little bit about Kickstarter when they come back.
Would you like a personal update from Tom O'Brien as to what equities he's trading and what his daily trading plan is before the market opens each morning? Every market day, Tom O'Brien sends out his daily newsletter, Market Insights, to hundreds of subscribers that rely on his daily recommendations when it comes to navigating these highly volatile markets we're dealing with. As recently as May 21st, Market Insights subscribers closed out all 5 open positions for a combined profit of over 68% in one day. Profits ranged from 6.5% to over 24%, and all of these trades had been initiated within the previous 30 days. Now is the perfect time to get a 2-week free trial to Tom O'Brien's explosive trading newsletter, Market Insights, an $85 value. Tom breaks down the market each morning with his market take and provides trade recommendations including precise stops and target profit zones, leaving nothing left to guessing. Log on to TFNN.com today and sign up for your 2-week free trial. Make sure you're a subscriber the next time Market Insights subscribers close out multiple winning trades. Take action and sign up for your free trial today. If you're an investor looking for a great weekly investment newsletter, then now is the perfect time to try out Ken Shreve's Ultimate Growth Stocks. Every Tuesday, Ken breaks down multiple sectors in his weekly newsletter, Ultimate Growth Stocks, with a full in-depth report including specific trading recommendations within his model portfolio, charts, sector analysis, upcoming economic data, along with intra-week trading updates on newsletter positions whenever the market dictates. Right now, you can receive a full month, that's 30 days, to evaluate Ken's newsletter free of charge to see if it fits your trading plan. At less than $75 per month, Ken provides you with his expert trading advice that can pay for itself in no time. Take advantage of this great offer by signing up for a 30-day free trial to Ken Shreve's Ultimate Growth Stocks today. Don't let this offer pass you by. Visit the front page of TFNN.com and sign up now.
What type of investor are you? Conservative, moderate, or aggressive? No matter your investor personality, your overall portfolio should reflect your financial goals, time horizon, and your risk tolerance. Help ensure your portfolio is appropriately invested with an asset allocation plan from Morgan Stanley Smith Barney. Simply picking the right stocks is not enough. Research has shown that choosing the right proportion of stocks, bonds, and cash is essential to the success of your long-term investments. Morgan Stanley Smith Barney believes that a carefully selected portfolio can lower volatility and increase investment return potential. Find out about what asset allocation and a Morgan Stanley Smith Barney financial advisor can do for you. Call Angela O'Brien, First Vice President and Certified Financial Planner of the Clearwater, Florida branch at 727-441-6108 today to discuss your personal financial needs. Asset allocation does not assure a profit or protect against loss in declining financial markets. Investments and services are offered through Morgan Stanley Smith Barney, LLC. Member SIPC.
Has the current market volatility continued to stop you out of trades when the market spikes against you? Now is the perfect time to open up an account with Nadex. Nadex, the North American Derivatives Exchange, is a brand new, completely regulated Chicago-based exchange, and unlike most other exchanges, Nadex allows you to trade directly through them with direct market access when using their completely free trading platform, which also features real-time charts and full customization capability. One of the advantages of trading with Nadex in volatile markets is that your risk is always capped and you have the ability of keeping your trades open even when the market spikes against you. Nadex is completely brand new with a line of unique trading products that are unavailable anywhere else. See how it works at nadex.com. That's NADEX.com. Or click on the Nadex banner on the front page of TFNN.com. Futures and options trading involves risk and may not be appropriate for all investors.
This segment is brought to you by Crocodile Gold. For more information, just click the Crocodile Gold banner on the front page of TFNN.com.
We were talking about Kickstarter. Kind of interesting. We're seeing new forms of investing and trading. For years, options. They pretty much shoved those option guys to the curb at the New York Stock Exchange. Now they're pretty exciting. We've got Nadex here at TFNN that we're introducing. And this Kickstarter is kind of interesting in that you can get involved in movies and other things that are crowdsourced. But the one problem I see is that you can sell what you actually need to get the product out the door, and a lot of these the hot things are actually getting too much money, and of course if you don't get enough money that you need to actually start your project, it doesn't fund. You actually have to put your credit card along with using Amazon payments. Kind of interesting that PayPal didn't get it. But very interesting. Anyway, I'd like to get some of these guys on it. But if anybody has watched The Producers and where they sold 1,000 or 2,000% of the play that was on music, I guess it was musical on Broadway. The idea was to make one so horrible that it would instantly blow up. My thought is, how many of these things are going to be exactly that? They're going to come on with a lot of flash and brilliance, and a lot of these guys, some of these people are thinking maybe more Facebook things. These are going to be much smaller. They're not as regulated, and one interesting thing is going to be how much of this new business that we're seeing from companies like Kickstarter are based on the jobs bill, and how is that going to change their business. Anyway, I'm trying to get them on as a guest here, but if you haven't seen one of those movies, pretty good. I like both of them, actually. Zero Mostel, maybe just the age of it seemed to be a little bit more apropos. Nazis not as a big deal as they probably were in about 1975 for the original Producers movie. I guess it was a play, then became a movie, then became a play again, then became a movie. But, just a great script, and for a musical, Springtime for Hitler, how can you ask for a better song? Anyway, Best Buy is out there in the news, popped up about 30%. Or actually, I don't know if it was up 30%. I think they're offering the original CEO that took Best Buy public is offering to buy the shares out. Everybody had I think pretty much in the financial area had the same thought that I did, and that is Best Buy highly short stock. If you're stuck in this stock, one of the best things you can do is create a market when you're on the wrong side of it. And highly short one, come out, offer a buyout, very, very short on the actual information on how they would do it, somewhere between $24 and $26 a share. Because of Minnesota rights or laws, they have to be very careful about who they said is in this consortium of 90 people that are going to buy them out and take them private. Boy, everybody pretty much had the same thing, which is that bad taste in your mouth that lets you know that they were running the shorts. Probably a very good time if this guy doesn't get an answer in the next couple of days. He's going to start a short squeeze. He'll be selling right into it, and I think he's got $1 billion worth of shares that he still owns on this, and probably more than willing to stick it to the shorts to get out of it now. Even probably one of the best examples of this is in Jesse Livermore's book, Reminiscence of a Stock Operator. I recommend you reading that, but if you go in there and find where he was stuck in, I think he was either stuck in corn or wheat, and basically he ran the other one to make everybody think that the market was getting better, that rain was coming to the Midwest. Probably a lot in 1920 or 30, probably a lot tougher to check on those things like you can today. But it's still not a bad thing. If you need to get out of a stock, you own a lot of it, you can run the big con. Don't know that he is, but my guess is that we're so short on facts that that's exactly what's happening. What else do we have? IPOs this week. We've got Blooming Brands is coming out. $300 million. Actually, not a bad size. They are owners of the Outback Steakhouse. They're going to raise about 300 million shares on that. BLMN is going to be the symbol this week. I bet that one actually gets out the door. CK is a fast food chain under Carl's Jr. and Hardee's brands. They plan to raise about 200 million. Actually, not a bad one, probably out there, and looking like it's real. And what else do we have? IPOs this week. Manchester United. This is one like getting the your local baseball team. I don't know how big a deal this is going to be. They're going to raise 300 million. It just seems like a way for everybody to own them, but be controlled by somebody else. Bogus. Peregrine Semiconductor, a fabulous provider of radio frequency integrated circuits in the wireless market plan. 83 million, not enough to get me excited here. Performant Financial is going to be PFMT. They are, 150 million, not a whole lot out here. 12 to $14 on them. Stemline Therapeutics, a biotech. 42 million, not enough to get me interested. So we've got a lot of stuff going on out there. We're going to get into earnings here tonight, and what we have, we've got a few stocks already out and a few coming out. Broadsoft, I think, is out after the bell. Let's see, headlines. I'm pretty sure that they're out tonight after the bell and rallying into it. Yeah, after market close tonight. Nice move. Actually, even volume today on it. A lot of these stocks are running, high short interest stocks running into this. But even though the volume's fairly decent here, we haven't come out and hit any of these. Broadsoft is BSFT for the symbol, but a couple nice candles out here over the last couple of days as they rally into earnings. CHK, which is Chesapeake Energy. Not a lot of action in it yet. I wonder if you could get any action on this one, but it's going to be after the bell tonight. CHK. CNK is Cinemark Holdings. They were out today. Of course, the movie-oriented company. Kind of sold down to about $23 today. Not a lot of volume, not a lot of movement. Next. Caesars Entertainment. If there was a poster child for the bad IPO, it is this. I talk about sliver deals where a lot of times 10% or 15% of the stock is actually available for trading. I suspect that, if I remember right, it was 1.5% of Caesars Entertainment. This is a stock that's going to be highly shorted and probably go nowhere for years except down. Every time they sell a little more stock into the marketplace, this one's going to have continuing problems. But if they can't drive earnings here, this may be one of these stocks that goes Zynga style down to the bottom. Keep an eye on that one after the earnings. HCA was out before the bell this morning, down on huge volume, got into the previous lows, has recovered at least somewhat on the broad market movement. So we kind of have to probably look at this in a market that's trying to hold up somewhat, but not looking good, or at least the original reaction is not good, and they're still down a bit. Leap, after the bell, Leap Wireless, $5 stock, so they're a little less expensive. I think that if I remember right, I'll have to go check the short interest. Thought this was one on my list that may have a high short interest. For a $5 stock, that's dangerous. Might see some movement after hours. LEAP is the symbol on this one. Been basing out for a while, so I'll be interested to see how this one does. Other ones, McDermott, after the bell tonight, in the of course, offshore oil industry, up on light volume coming into this. It's set up kind of a little W pattern up here. We'll have to see how it comes in. But lighter volume, $12.50 is the previous high on July 30th, 4.3 million shares. We're going to probably do about 3 million shares today, or a little less. McDermott, MDR after the bell. What else do we have? Tyson Foods, well, they kind of stuck their finger down their throat for a food company and puked a little bit this morning. And off a buck, not the end of the world, but certainly some decent volume. The last major low was July 26, 6.8 million shares out here. They are down below it and on 12 million shares. So it looked like they pretty much are breaking out the bottom back here in Tyson Foods. Cluck, 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 those chickens, huh? Let me see a longer time frame on Tyson to see how they're doing. Well, they're right back into that huge long gap. That's 2 years long. Let's see if we can see. Yep, I mean, they're back to what should be support. That actual gap was up on fairly strong volume of about what is that? 15 million shares. We've got about 12, so we're definitely back in to this, and we could probably see these other two gaps underneath it down to 12 bucks filled in Tyson's Food, TSN. Let's see what else we have here to look at. Got those. Tuesday, we've got coming up here. I haven't looked through these a lot, but get a little bit one. We got Sotheby's. Symbol on it is BID. It's out tomorrow, I think before the bell. You need to check on these because I'm doing it all from memory, trying to get the speed up on the show a little bit. But it's hit the bottom a few times out here. Volume is not decreased at these lows. The July 24th low came in about the same volume as the May 18th low out here at 1.6 million shares. $27.43 might be support on this. There's a couple of gaps down there, but look for a bid tomorrow. Charter Communications, done nothing but pretty much go up here. When you look on a long time frame, it's fairly extended up into these highs, but I think it's out after the bell. Let's check on this just to make sure on the headlines maybe they've got it. And we'll go to the next one. Charter Pay CFO, perks to relocate New York, cable company rises share of higher dividends. Sunday, August 5th. Oh, was it out on Friday? Shares of the big company, Comcast, Time Warner, Charter Communications are all up by double digits this year, except, okay, Burns Technology. Okay, they had some upgrade, and now a downgrade here. making kind of a little ugly candle here for us today. CHTR. Cree after the bell tomorrow night. Been trying to base out here and actually coming a little bit off the lows. I would love for this thing to come down and check that $20.25 low, 5.4 million shares at $20.25. We haven't gone back and checked that low out. You had a nice sign of strength, and that started coming in on the 18th of January with huge volume, 10 million shares. That's where we've been kind of getting back into those lows. Got into it with about 2.8 million shares. It's going to take some energy to bust it back down. I'd love the market to come back in this thing to hit 2025. Look like it'd be in a nice trading range. Would give you about 50% profit if it just went back and retested the top. Cablevision Systems, CVC is another one. Let's see if I can get headlines for it. Been going up fairly decently. Not a lot of action on this today. Okay, so it's out tomorrow. CVC, can't really say. It's kind of in no man's land. It's got just a little bit higher to go, $16.63. Last high out here, 18 million shares. We've got, a couple million today, 3 million today, 3 million yesterday. Not a whole lot. You're getting up into some fairly decent resistance, but Cablevision with news tomorrow. CVS, the Caremark Corporation, nice gap down just a little while ago. Keep an eye on them. See if we have any headlines for them right now. Earnings tomorrow, and what do we got? CVS, Scripps, seen rising, midday glance, CVS, early glance. Not a whole lot of news ahead of this, and moving sideways. Okay, nothing new on that right now. Disney, after the bell tomorrow night, this thing has been a slow but sure riser out here. It is right at the highs. We are seeing that in nice little bounce, very light volume going into earnings tomorrow night. The July 27th high, $50.54 with 16 million shares. So you would suspect, I think this thing's going to test that probably tomorrow night, and we'll see, or tomorrow before the bell rings, we'll see after hours how they come in. Indo Solutions, I don't know much about them. Express Scripts, another one without this test, previous high, has closed back below it. So you've got a sell signal on Express Scripts, ESRX, and it comes out tomorrow. 18 million share high at $58.98, tested with 10 million shares on July 19th. It has gone below that and giving you a sell signal. So keep an eye on that. ESRX, earnings out tomorrow.
Are you looking for a precision edge in the market? Something that can stack the odds in your favor? Then look into Larry Pesavento's new trading newsletter, Patterns, Profits, and Peace of Mind. In each weekly issue, Larry explains what's going to happen in the markets based on the pattern he sees developing and gives you actionable trade ideas based on those patterns. Plus, you'll get his detailed analysis on a variety of markets and sectors, including stocks, treasury bonds, the gold market, oil, the dollar, the forex market, and more. And you'll get the Technical Corner segment, which is a short but powerful weekly training session on trading. You'll get access to all the patterns Larry is seeing in the markets, plus the Astro Harmonics and powerful Bradley stock market model that Larry utilizes for less than $5 a day. An extremely potent combination that will give you just the edge you've been looking for. Try Patterns, Profits, and Peace of Mind absolutely free for 2 weeks. Go to TFNN.com and click on the free trial link at the top of the page. That's an $85 value, yours free when you register right now. Get Larry's Patterns, Profits, and Peace of Mind and get the edge you've been looking for.
In just December of last year, the price of gold was down over 10%. In today's highly volatile gold market, you need someone in your corner that understands the complex relationships that exist within the price of gold, as well as within a variety of gold equities. Whether it's the South African gold miners and knowing how the rand-dollar relationship will affect their bottom line, or understanding how John Paulson's $5 billion trade in the GLD can move the market, Tom O'Brien gives you the direction you need to become
become a better trader each week in his newsletter, The Gold Report. With over 20 individual equities covered and almost another 20 on the potential watch list each week, in addition to covering the XAU, HUI, GLD, and dollar, The Gold Report is a great source for any trader that is looking to be diversified in today's volatile gold market. For your 30-day free trial to Tom O'Brien's Gold Report, log on to TFNN.com today. Don't miss out on this great offer. Act now. David White's newsletter, The Technology Insider, is focused like a laser on finding the next big things in technology. If you had invested only $10,000 in Microsoft in 1986, you'd have been a millionaire by 2000. Disruptive technology like Microsoft's is the key to these massive long-term profits, and the Tech Insider is the vehicle from TFNN to capitalize on these opportunities. This is the go-to newsletter that identifies, monitors, and profits on mostly little-known cutting-edge companies with great long-term prospects. David's experience is as an inventor of Emmy-winning animation products for TV and Hollywood that propelled a company public. Match that with 14 years as a full-time trader, and he's uniquely qualified to guide you through the light-speed world of ever-evolving high-tech. If you're ready to ride the next big technology bull market for less than $40 per month, log on to TFNN.com and get your 2-week free trial to the Technology Insider. Get in on the ground floor of the next big thing today.
Time is the great equalizer of all mankind. Time doesn't care about winners or losers, who succeeds or fails. Time only cares that you played the game. Question, are you playing the money game? Is your money working as hard for you as you are for it? I'm Steve Rhodes, author of Mastering Probability, a daily trading and investment newsletter service, and we're celebrating our 1-year anniversary. In year 1, we generated a 30% profit. Plus, I provided 26 hours of live coaching to my clients. My daily newsletter service is available by 8 a.m. each day and covers the stock, futures, currency, and commodity markets, along with all the current patterns that you can trade. Each newsletter is packed with education, and it's yours for as little as $3 per day. And for the next 30 days, you can try it risk-free. Click on my name, Steve Rhodes, on the homepage of TFNN.com and begin your journey to great wealth today. If you're waiting for a better tomorrow, remember this. Today's tomorrow will soon be yesterday, and your clock is ticking. Mastering Probability. Now is your time.
This segment is brought to you by TFNN. Test drive all the newsletters for free at TFNN.com.
Well, we still have a little time. I had so much stuff in this show that I didn't really bring up our phone number, 877-927-6648. You can call in. Still have a good 4 or 5 minutes to go before the end of the day. We're looking at stocks that are going to be reporting over the next day and into Tuesday. Price line's going to be after the bell tomorrow night. And, of course, it's been a nice sideways trading range. I can't really figure out a lot in that. It's going to probably be very dependent on their earnings. We know the price line negotiator bought the big one on the bus in Mexico, but he's not really telling us anything beyond the grave this year. Rackspace hosting, big candle today. Volume's up just a tiny bit. Let's see if we've got any upgrades or anything out of this. We're getting a lot of bogus news out these days. Yeah, we've got some people pumping it here. Let's see. Rackspace second quarter per share profit is expected to jump 38%, while revenue is supposed to rise 28.5% to $317 billion. And this is, of course, analysts. So it's a puff piece on technology. I have no idea how well this looks. But rallying just before earnings date, always suspect me and, of course, volume being out. Last earnings date, they did disappoint, and it was pretty big disappointment. Resistance is about $54. You can have a nice trade on this thing if they go into a short squeeze, but getting awful long in the tooth in that one against resistance. Looks like most of the meat is gone. We've got a cereal malt beverage maker, Molson Coors Brewing Company, TAP. Ooh, beer. Anyway, adult beverages. So what do we have in this one? It's little less out there. Certainly, like a lot of these stocks we're up against are very close to previous highs. The one I'm looking at is the May 3rd high in Molson. Coors, $43.05, 1.5 million shares. Got close to that on 1.4 million shares on August 1st. 1.2 million shares, 700,000 a day, light volume. Probably going to be all about the earnings on this one. No real trend or anybody getting out. Tenet Healthcare. Another one in the healthcare sector. It showed the same kind of weakness this morning that we saw in the other company that we talked about earlier in the show in the healthcare. What was it? HCH? I think it was. Anyway, we are looking at this. It's been in a very tight trading range after being up to a high at $5.64. But very hard to figure out. You did have a higher volume low in this down at $4.31. You'd say you'd love to see this tested before you could go long on it. Got kind of close into it today. Probably not going to leave us a lot of room on that. Zillow, the rather recent IPO, going to be somewhat problematic. We'll have to think about this one. One of the few IPOs that hasn't blown up in everybody's faces. Of course, they are the housing pricing company, trying to tell you what your house is worth and how houses are selling in your neighborhood. Everybody's been hot on that part of the marketplace. A lot of those stocks looking very weak at this time. We'll have to take a look at these. Got about 30 seconds left here today. Just know that we've got a wonderful hour coming up after this, and then we go into the 4 to 6 hour with Tom O'Brien show. We're going to have another, I think, 4 to 5 hour with Steve tonight. So you're going to get an actual double shot or an extra hour of Steve tonight. Don't know who's going to do 5 to 6, but we'll see how that works out. You all have a great night.